There was once a team from Philadelphia that could boast 5 world championships, numerous Hall of Famers, and then one day, they up and left. Welcome to Philadelphia Baseball History. On this channel, we talk about the history of baseball from the A's to the Phillies to the 19th century. And sometimes we talk about contemporary baseball issues. So if you love baseball and if you love Philadelphia, stick around and subscribe to our channel. How do you show your home team pride? With mugs, t-shirts, masks, phone cases, tote bags, and so much more. Check out tpublic.com and search for Philadelphia Baseball History. Hi, this is Bill Kovacs from Philadelphia Baseball History. I had the pleasure this last weekend to have a Zoom call with Ray, who runs a YouTube channel called Ray from Philly. Ray discusses baseball card collecting and shows off his collection on his channel. So if you have an interest in baseball cards, by all means, please go visit his channel and check it out. But I arranged the call Ray because he's a frequent commenter on my videos, and he made a comment regarding what he would consider to be Mike Schmidt's top 5 home runs. And I found some of the things included on his list interesting, so I wanted to include him on my follow-up video. Well, the funny thing is we had that discussion. We discovered we had a shared interest in the old Philadelphia Athletics. In Ray's case, his interest seems to be rooted in his family, and in particular, a love for his grandfather, who loved the old Philadelphia Athletics. So we took a while and we talked about the A's. And I thought that this part of our conversation was so compelling that I wanted to share it with you guys.
Well, thanks for having me on. I like your channel a lot. It's great. I love the history.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Really cool, especially with the A's, and just it's awesome. My grandfather was such a huge Philadelphia A's fan. With Jimmie Foxx, and that's all I heard about.
Wow, going back to Jimmie Foxx. I mean,
yeah.
That's the Phillies.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, yeah. And then so seeing anything Phillies and A's related is right up my alley.
I think baseball cards and the Fleer stickers, because they had the things on the back too.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's how I learned to be an A's fan.
Yeah.
Because that, first off, they had all the information and going, wait, there was another team in Philadelphia?
Oh, yeah.
And to learn, wait, there was another team in Philadelphia that was better?
Yes. Way better.
And then when the Phillies started having the Wall of Fame, and they would retire a Philly and an Athletic every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was so cool. And that's also where I learned about, Jimmie Foxx.
Oh, yeah.
Chief Bender. And, it
Mickey
was all
Cochran.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew the name Connie Mack, but I didn't really know who Connie Mack was until, I see, reading the plaque down in the concourse.
Yeah, my grandfather was a humongous Philadelphia A's fan. When they were both in town, the A's were the team. Mm-hmm. They had 2 dynasties here. I think it was like 1909 to like 11 or 12, somewhere around there. And then they had 29, 30, 31. And that 29 team, a lot of people consider that to be the greatest team of all time over the 27 Yankees. That 29 A's team was absolutely loaded, and their stats are better overall than the 27 Yankees team. But I've read a lot of stories on Connie Mack, how he would, build the team up, and when they started to get good, he would sell them off because he didn't want to pay them. And he wanted the team to be good enough to draw at the gate, but not good enough to pay them the big time salaries if they started winning. So every time they started winning, they would have a little stretch of 3-4 years, and then he would unload the players, which was a shame because it was the Depression too. It was the early 30s, so the attendance after 3 straight pennants was bad. There wasn't a draw. And it's not like it's a small market. It was a major market.
What's fascinating is timing, too, between those two franchises.
A lot of time, yeah.
The Phillies in the early 40s could have been the team that moved.
Yeah.
Probably should have been the team that moved in the early 40s, but at that point, instead, the league steps in and buys the team and makes sure they stay in Philadelphia. 10 years later, the A's go through the financial crush. And instead, not only do they let the team up and move, but, there's that, at least Phillies fans will tell you, it's the Yankees who were working behind the scenes who were like, yeah, we want that team to move.
Yeah. That was their biggest rival, was always the Philadelphia A's. If not the Tigers, the A's for the American League. I mean, Lefty Grove, Jimmie Foxx, Mickey Cochran. I mean, they were just loaded with a lot of great players. Connie Mack could find talent anywhere. He could find talent in farms and independent leagues and so forth. And, Chief Bender, I mean, he just found unbelievable talent. My grandfather told me a story about Jimmie Foxx that he should have been the one to pass Babe Ruth 60 homers in a season.
One of the arguments I saw was Sportsman Park, that in Sportsman Park, they put a fence up specifically to save against the cheap home runs. And if you look at the year Fox came close to hitting 60, if you counted the home runs that hit that screen, he would have more than passed Babe Ruth's record. Yeah.
It was between the Sportsman Park, and he got intentionally walked or not thrown at, not pitched to. They were just he had 58 homers with almost 10 games left, which he should have easily done. And I've heard that story many times where he was getting walked and he wasn't getting pitched to. Sportsman Park, and there was a couple other things. And he should have definitely. I think that was in 32, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So why do you think players like Fox and Grove, when they went into the Hall of Fame, why they got Red Sox caps?
I don't know. It could be. It could. I mean, he didn't play that long with the Red Sox. I mean, I know he had a decent career with the Red Sox, but I think he was with us from 25 to 34, 35, like 10 seasons. And his best years with the Philadelphia A's, it could have been some disgruntlement with management, I guess, maybe with Connie Mack or the front office. It obviously was something going on for him to choose the Red Sox when they were obviously Philadelphia A's players.
I wonder that too, because back then, the Hall put a greater emphasis on the team the player wanted to put on the cap. Nowadays, they'll listen to them, but if they want the player to go in with another hat or with no emblem on the hat, they'll sort of strong arm the player into accepting it, right?
Right.
Like Gary Carter wanted to go in as a Met. He went in as an Expo.
Right.
And I wonder what is it that made Jimmie Foxx want to go in as a Red Sox?
Yeah.
As a Red Sox. Which
is interesting. I would have loved to known that story as to why he chose the Red Sox logo when, his best years were in Philly.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
I appreciate so much. I hope that maybe in the future we can talk some more about...
Oh, definitely.
Again, thanks for Ray from RayFromPhilly for joining me and discussing the Philadelphia Athletics. By all means, if you have an interest in baseball cards, please go visit his channel. Now, what about you guys? Do you want to share any memories of the old Philadelphia Athletics? If you do, please do so in the comments below. Give us a like, share this channel with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you have any ideas for topics that we can cover in the future, please let us know in the comments below. If you would like to see more of these videos, please consider becoming a patron through Patreon. Again, we'll have a link in the description box below.